Hi there, welcome back to another video, and if this is your first time here, welcome. I have already prepped my natural nails, and if you're not sure how to do that, you can check out this video here, but right now I'm gonna go straight in with my peel off base coat because we've got a lot to cover in this video, so we gotta get right to it. This peel off base coat is from Esmeo, who is kindly sponsoring today's video, so every single product you see me use will be linked in the description box down below in order, of course. I'm applying the peel off base coat to only 3 out of 5 of my fingers because I will be showing you 2 different ways to attach soft gel extensions to your natural nails. So the ring and the pinky, we're gonna leave them bare. But let's go ahead and cure the peel off base coat for 60 seconds because this is a gel product and not an air dry peel off base coat. Did you know you can actually apply your extensions using air dry nail glue? I've seen quite a few questions about this in the comments lately, so let's go ahead and do it. We're gonna put a little bit of this on the left side, the right side, and then right at the bottom. But before we begin applying the extensions, I'm gonna put a little bit on my natural nail as well. Remember, this is an air dry product, so we need to move quick. Line that extension up with the cuticle area and press down slowly. You're gonna notice that the glue is flowing towards the tip of the natural nail. So once it gets there, instead of flash curing, we're gonna add some pressure. I recommend adding pressure for about 15 to 20 seconds so that the extension is in place and isn't slipping and sliding. And now it's on, so let's go ahead and do that one more time so you can see it again. Apply the glue on the bottom half of the extension and on your natural nail. Line the extension up with your cuticle area, leaving a small gap. Press down slowly, apply pressure, and wait. So that's it for the first method. Super quick, super easy, no need to flash cure. But for the second method, we're gonna be using gel. This is the most common, the most popular way to apply soft gel extensions. The process is not that much different, but it's not the exact same. So let me show you. After applying some gel on the bottom half of the extensions, I am going to pause for a moment to turn on my flash cure lamp. I'm lining the extension up with my cuticle area, leaving a small gap, and then as soon as the gel hits the tip of my natural nail, I'm immediately flash curing. I'll be repeating the exact same process for the rest of the nails. Once all of the extensions have been attached, let's do a full cure in a bigger lamp for 60 seconds. This next step is completely optional, but I love to do it. I am going to be taking this no wipe top gel and placing it on the underside of the extension. For this, only use a little bit of product. You don't want to have too much gel underneath the extension. This is going to give the extensions that glassy look, so it's completely up to you whether you do it or not. And of course, once I'm done, I'm going to be doing a full cure. If you remember, a few moments ago, we did leave a gap when applying our gel extension. So now what we need to do is blend that gap with our natural nails. But I don't want to use an e-file. I want to show you how you can do this with a hand file. So I'm taking the essential file and I'm going to gently move it back and forth. Since the last Esmeo video that I have done, you can check that out here, these extensions have been upgraded, so I didn't have to spend too much time on this step. When you do this, be careful and make sure not to overfile because you don't want to cause any damage to your natural nails. Next, I'm taking the essential buffer and I'm going to make sure the extension and my natural nail are leveled. And I also like to have a matte surface before doing my shaping. I feel like I can visualize the shape much easier when everything is matte. Okay, we're almost done. I'm gonna take my essential file once again to shape a little bit, go around the tips to make sure everything is nice and even. Now the extensions are on and ready for some builder gel. We have 2 new builder gel shades, Barbara and Suki. Barbara is a light milky pink that I think would be perfect on its own. Then we have Suki, which is a natural base color that I think should go under these French tips. So we're gonna use Suki today. Grabbing Suki, I am going to apply a very thin layer first, leaving it wet once I'm done. Then we're gonna create our bead. I get a good amount of product onto the brush, tap it right at the base of the nail, but not touching the cuticle. Then I'm gonna move the brush in a circular motion. Taking my brush, I am going to float the product down the nail by moving side to side, but when you're doing this, make sure you're not applying pressure onto the brush. You're basically being as gentle as possible so you can sweep the product from left to right very easily. So once you get to the tip of the nail, you can flip your nail over and let gravity help you move the product to the center of the nail where the apex would be. At this point, I'm going to flip my finger and face it towards myself so I can see where I need to do a little bit of tailoring. So I'm taking a liner brush and I'm just smoothing the product out. And don't forget, we don't want any pressure on the brush. Just float the product ever so gently. Once I'm satisfied, I am going to add a little bit more product directly onto the liner brush and go around my cuticle area. Because keep in mind that as builder gel is still wet, it's still flowing. So we want to make sure that that cuticle area looks nice and natural, because when people see my nails, I want them to think I grew them myself. I don't want them to know it's extensions. I only want you all to know. Everyone else, let's keep it a secret from them, you know? I have seen some of you say builder gel seems intimidating. So if you want an easier method, let me show you this. Most gel extensions have a built-in apex, so we don't necessarily have to stress about building an apex from scratch. So what we can do is just apply the builder gel like we would normal gel polish. So you would put on your first layer, then you would cure it in a big lamp for 60 seconds, of course. After curing the first layer, go in with a second layer and apply it the exact same way. For my second layer, this is where I like to add some more product near the cuticle area. Once I have a little product on my thin liner brush, I'm going to place it around the cuticle area and then pull it towards the tip. Then I will do a full cure once again. So you have seen both methods. The first method, I really enjoy watching the builder gel level and moving the product down the nail. It is extremely relaxing for me. However, I do feel like the second method is a lot faster and much more beginner friendly. You can figure out what works best for you, but at least you have options. For the rest of the nails, I will be doing the first method because I feel like that's the method you're gonna wanna see over again. Whereas the second method, it's just like applying gel polish, so you're probably like, I'm fine. So let's go ahead and apply the builder gel to the rest of the nails. After curing builder gel, you'll be left with a sticky, tacky layer. Since I will be doing some more nail art after this, I would like to remove that stickiness. So I'm taking alcohol and a paper towel to do so. And if you have a lint-free wipe, that's even better. It is finally time for the nail art. We will be doing some French tips, but I'm going to show you how to do them the easy way with this tool here. This is a French tip tool made from silicone, so it's pretty bouncy. We are going to put some of that Whitney white on the tool, but not all over it because we don't want to get any polish on our fingers. So putting a little bit in the center is enough. Then we're going to slowly ease our nail into the tool and then gently move the tool from left to right so we can create a smile line. So we are left with a French tip that looks just like this. But if you would like to customize your French tip to your liking, because I know some people like a deep smile line, some like the French tip to be wider or even rounder, you can then take your liner brush and customize the French tip. But the tool pretty much takes the complexity of the French tip out of it, because to me, the hardest part of the French tip is to get the smile line the way I would like it. So this takes the guesswork out. Let's go ahead and do that again. Ease the nail into the tool, move from side to side, pull down slowly, and we have our smile line. A few tips when using this tool I would share with you is, if you have long nails underneath your extensions like I do, you may notice some of the polish may get on your natural nails on the underside. So make sure to just clean it up with alcohol and a brush before you cure. Another tip I have here is to only put a little bit of polish onto the tool at a time. As you can see, you really don't need much. If there is too much gel on the tool, the polish will pool at the tip and leave it pretty lumpy. So to make things easier on yourself, a little bit is going to go a long way. It's okay to also go back in with the tool if you realize the French tip smile line isn't looking the way you want it to. Always ease your way in very slowly and gently move from side to side. We're delicate when we do French tips, so don't drag it to the side super hard and lose control over the tool. Here are what my French tips are looking like. Let's go ahead and do a full cure. I'm applying a thin layer of top gel onto the nail because keep in mind when working with chrome, we do want a smooth canvas. Apply a thin, even coat to prevent any lumps and bumps after curing, because if there are any, chrome will highlight them. Let's go ahead and do a full cure and grab our chrome. I'm applying it with a silicone tool. Make sure you're only picking up a little bit of chrome at a time. So a little bit of chrome will go a long way here. Taking the applicator sponge that comes with the chrome, I'm going to run this across the nail to make sure the chrome is smooth, evenly distributed, and looks nice and glassy. I'm taking that no wipe top gel once again and applying a thin layer across the nail, but I'm not going to cure just yet because I want a little bit more sparkle. I'm taking these rhinestones here and pouring them out because this pot does come with different sizes. I want to take the smallest size out of this container, place them on the nail, 3 of them, in a zigzag pattern. So 1 on the left, 1 on the right, and then 1 on the left again. And we're going to do the exact same pattern for all of the nails. Now that I have my rhinestones on, I'm going to do my final cure. And here are what the nails look like all done. So I really hope you enjoyed this beginner-friendly nail tutorial. I ran through a lot of my tips and tricks, so I hope you found them helpful. If you did, let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do so on your way out. But in the meantime, I will see you in one of these videos here.